Simplifying rational expressions. Okay? What is a rational expression? A ratio, right? Rational. That word's actually in the word. Rational. A ratio, a number that is a fraction. That can be written as a fraction. Okay? So, you can make equivalent fractions by multiplying both parts by the same thing. It might be a number, it might be a variable, it might be a value, some sort of value that we have. Okay? You can also simplify fractions by dividing both parts by the same thing. To get from 2/5 to 40/100, what do we multiply top and bottom by? 20. Wait, what is 20 over 20? So basically the thing that I'm multiplying by is what? 1. If I multiply anything by 1, have I changed the value of that thing? No. Okay, and that's the only thing we can multiply something by that doesn't change its value. Okay? To get from 40 over 100, what did we do to get to 2/5? Divided numerator and denominator each by 20. Well, 20 divided by 20 is 1. Okay? Do you see that? So you can make equivalent blank expressions rational by blank both parts by the blank. Multiplying both parts by the same thing. And if you have something like 20 over 20, isn't that 1? Or in this case, if you have something like 2x over 2x, isn't that 1? We multiply numerator and denominator by 2x, we get something like this, correct? Okay? You can also simplify rational expressions by, what are we going to do here? If we're going backwards this way, what are we doing here? We're canceling, right? We're canceling common what? Factors, okay? Or multipliers, yes, the same thing, okay? So if we start in a problem like number 1, what can you do? Do you notice in the denominator both of these terms are divisible by 4? So if we rewrite the denominator, wouldn't we rewrite it as that? Yes or no? So how could we rewrite our numerator? 4 times 2. What can I do with the 4's then? Cancel the common factors. So what's our answer? Done. What about number 2? In the denominator, everything is divisible by 3. So 2x plus 5. How could I rewrite my numerator? 3 times 1? Why is it so important that I rewrite the numerator as 3 times 1? What do people do, you think? So they just write as the answer 2x plus 5, right? That's not good. We still have a numerator. We still have a value in our numerator, and we have to make sure we leave it there. Visually, if you're a visual learner, you've got to make sure to get that 1 there so you see that it's there. Okay? Some of the rest of you can handle not having to write that, and that's fine with me. Okay? But our final answer is 1 over 2x plus 5. Okay? What about problem 3? Can divide out an x from the denominator? What's left when you divide out an x? X minus 3. And so what do we have in the numerator? 2x. What can we do? These? Why not? There's an x here and an x here. It's not a factor. Okay? We can cancel these x's. So we end up with 2 over x minus 3. Done. So what about 4? Ooh, they both have 12s. What? They do. They both have 12s. Oh, they're not factors. Okay, so what can we do? 4 out of the numerator? 4, so I have 2x plus 3. And then I have 4 times x minus 3. So the 4s are factors and they cancel? Ooh, but there's 3s. Cancel them. Why not? You said 3 over 3 is 1. It's not a factor. Okay? So, is my final answer 2x plus 3 over x minus 3? Even though there's 2 x's and even though there's 2 3's? Yes. This is where we stop. Okay? What about 5? So if we is the numerator divisible by the same thing? 3. Let's factor it out. X minus 4. Is the denominator divisible by the same thing? What? X? What's left? Ooh. Is there anything in the numerator that's also in the denominator that is a factor? X minus 4. So this is what I have to get very clear to you. Okay? Anything over itself is 1. Do you agree with me? As long as it's a factor, right? We can't cancel these 3's because that's part of another number. It's not a factor. But is x minus 4 over x minus 4 equal to 1? But I'm not canceling them because I'm canceling out the x's and canceling out the 4's. I'm canceling the x minus 4 and the x minus 4. Is that clear? Because in itself, x minus 4 is a factor here. It's a multiplier of 3. X minus 4 is a factor or a multiplier of x. I have an x minus 4 in the numerator. I have an x minus 4 in the denominator. I can cancel those factors out and just end up with 3 over x. Yes? So what about 6? Isn't that the difference of squares? So the numerator is x plus 5, and what's the denominator? X plus 5 and x minus 5. What can I do? Cancel out my x plus 5 and my x plus 5. What's left? 1 over x minus 5. We still have a value up here in the numerator. It's a 1. I just end up with 1 over x minus 5. Are you understanding? Okay, so what about 7? What can I do on 7? Take out a 4 of the numerator. What's left? X plus 2. What about the denominator? Yeah, you can factor that. So we need to say AC is what? Negative 12. And B is what? 4. So what two numbers multiply to be negative 12 and add to be 4? Negative 2 and 6. So I'm going to rewrite my problem as 3x squared plus 6x minus 2x minus 4. Right? Because I split that middle term, it used to be a 4x, and now I made it 2 different parts. So now I just look at the first 2 terms, and I can factor out a 3x. What I have left is x plus 2. I can just look at the last 2 terms. They're both divisible by a negative 2. I factor that out, and I'm left with x plus 2. What did I factor out of each set of numbers? And what did they have in common? So back over here, this becomes 3x minus 2 and x plus 2. What can I do? X plus 2's? What do I have left? Done. So what about 8? Ooh, these have a leading coefficient of 1, so can I just do the shortcut? What two numbers multiply to be negative 14 and add to be negative 5? Negative 7 and 2, so I have x minus 7 and x plus 2. What two numbers multiply to be 12 and add to be 8? 6 and 2, x plus 6, x plus 2. What can I do? What's left? And now I can cancel out the x's. Why not? They're not factors. So x minus 7 over x plus 6 is my final answer. Okay? What about 9? What can I do on 9? What about 9? Factoring again. So I need AC and I need B. What's AC? Negative 100. What's B? 21. Okay, negative 4 and 25. What was I starting to do for you? Do you know? I was doing 1 and 100, 2 and 50. What am I doing? I'm writing all the factors of 100 so I can figure out which ones are 21, right? But we chose 4 and 25 if the 4 is negative. That would give me 21, right? So I rewrite my problem. 10x squared minus 4x plus 25x minus 10. Just look at the first two terms. What do those two terms have in common? 2x. What's left? 5x minus 2. Just look at the last two terms. What do they have in common? A 5. What's left? 5x minus 2. What did I factor out of each term? And what did they have in common? So that's my numerator. 2x plus 5 and 5x minus 2. Now for my denominator, yes? What's AC? 100. And what is B? Negative 20. Negative 10 and negative 10, correct? Whoa, not negative 100. Negative 10 and negative 10 will multiply to be 100, and negative 10 and negative 10 add to be negative 20. So rewrite the problem. 25x squared minus 10x minus 10x plus 4. What do I do? Just the first two. What's common? 5x. What's left? 5x minus 2. Okay. Just look at the last two. What's common? Negative 2. What's left? 5x minus 2. So this is what I take out of each term. 5x minus 2 and 5x minus 2. So I have a 5x minus 2 and a 5x minus 2. And? But there's 2 down here. Can't I cross out all 3? Why not? I can only take out a 1, right? And to get a 1, I need 5x minus 2 over 5x minus 2. That's 1. So my answer is 2x plus 5 over 5x minus 2. Are there any questions? Okay, you have 1 through 9 on the back to do for homework, for your practice problems. Okay?